Unit 2, business idea and opportunity. This is the part of the year where the students are going to choose the business they're going to focus on for the rest of the year. Right? Here's the standards alignment document. Several of these we won't do in this class together, but they are included in your PowerPoint. We're not going to do the social responsibility and ethics lesson because we're not doing that part of the business plan in here. We're not doing the franchise lesson. We'll do the rest of them, but they are included in your business plan, in your PowerPoint template. Okay, so thinking outside the box. You know, it has been said that creativity is a bigger indicator of success than intelligence for entrepreneurs. Being creative is one of the most important things for an entrepreneur because you have to be able to solve problems in new ways, right? Otherwise, they would have already been solved. Pass one of these down. But the good news is you can learn creativity. The way that you can learn creativity and expand your brain is every time you do puzzles, think outside the box in these ways, your brain shoots out dendrites, and the dendrites connect to other brain cells, and it connects information that normally was not connected. So you can think laterally instead of stacking ideas on top of each other. You can think outside the box. So we're going to practice stretching your brain with creativity. Here's the rules. Has anybody ever done this before?
Yeah, I tried. I failed.
Okay, we'll see. All right. The rule is you have to connect all 9 of these dots using 4 lines, and you cannot pick up your pencil. Okay? So if you make a line like this, then you can't pick up your pencil and go up here to another dot. And you can't retrace a line. If you retrace a line, that's the same as doing a second line. Okay? So you have to connect all 9 dots using 4 straight lines. Forgot to say that. They have to be straight. 4 straight lines without picking up your pencil. And here's the only tip you need. Think outside the box. Being able to look at a problem from a new perspective is very important in business. So in the 9 dots activity that you're about to see, we ask students to really think outside the box and challenge themselves to connect all 9 dots using 4 straight lines without picking up their pencil. Here we go. All right, you guys, so now we're going to do another think outside the box activity. This one we're going to do in groups. To continue challenging students to think outside the box, we do the best and worst restaurant activity next. In this activity, students are put into teams and challenged to create the very worst restaurant they could think of. It could be in any place on Earth or outside of Earth. It could also be in any time, past, present, or future. And then after they think they have the worst restaurant, we have them switch with a partner group and they have to turn it into the best restaurant by only adding to the presentation and without taking anything away. Continuing to throw them curveballs keeps them on their feet and helps them stretch their creativity. So I'm going to do the same thing I did before. Your objective is to create the worst restaurant of all time. Okay? Think about this. What would make the absolute worst restaurant? Okay? So I'm going to call some names. Y'all come up here. You'll form your groups. I have papers up here. 1, 2, 3, and there's one over there. Take your markers from your table or share with whoever's in your group so that y'all can start designing this restaurant. But first, you'll just brainstorm, okay? So I'll give you 5 minutes to pick a theme for your restaurant and brainstorm, and then I'll give you some more instructions, okay? You don't have to write anything on the paper yet. The next step, imagine that this restaurant can be any period in time. It can be when dinosaurs roamed the earth. It can be in the future. It can be in the past, present. Does that change your idea any? Go ahead and you can start writing things on your paper. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, pens down, pens down. Okay, stay where you are. Stay where you are. What you're going to do, everybody is going to rotate to the right. So you guys will come to this restaurant. You guys will go to this restaurant. Everybody rotate. I guess it would, yes, everybody's right. Yeah, that way. Okay, well, clockwise. There we go. Everybody rotate clockwise. You have to turn the restaurant that you're at right now into the best restaurant ever. However, you cannot cross anything off. It all has to stay. The only thing you can do is add to what you already have on here. So you may add words, but you cannot take away. All right, turn it into the best restaurant ever. Go. You guys pick one representative from each group to sell your restaurant to the class. You guys look ready to go, so I'm going to let you guys present your best restaurant ever first.
Okay. We offer a restaurant that you will not find anywhere else. It's out of this world. Literally at floating the center of the earth. You will have dinner and movie in a luxurious, atmospherically correct time capsule floating. And you will time travel from the dinosaur age through the embarrassing 80s. You'll have fat-free food that will reshape your body parts with kid-friendly chefs and dirty dancing servers are also optional for your enjoyment. There's no tables. It's eco-friendly, and you need all the room you can get for those dirty dancing servers. And rude staff is strictly prohibited. That's not an option. So you want to tell them about the movies and the food?
Yes, so the restaurant is called the Dirty Rock and Roll Diner. And while you are dining in this luxurious atmospheric capsule in the center of the earth, when you choose which area you're going to be in, you will also be able to watch a movie from that era. So if you're in the dinosaur age, then we're going to allow you to watch Jurassic Park at that time, or the 60s, whatever movie in the 60s. So you definitely will have that choice. And just to also put in there, because we don't have tables, it's like a Moroccan style kind of atmosphere. So you're sitting on the ground with wonderful pillows that are comfortable, and then while you are eating, it is also a fondue style type of restaurant. So you'll be able to fully cook your meal the way you want it to be.
All right. We're going to start something. Have y'all ever done challenging assumptions? It's fairly, I found it fairly new. The way it works is you list as many things that you know about whatever the problem is or whatever the issue is. And it doesn't have to be negative. It doesn't have to be positive. It just is. Whatever you know about this certain thing. And then you challenge some of those things, okay? So I need somebody to volunteer to write on the board over there, on the big white board. Okay, thank you. I have terrible handwriting.
This would be great to do before you have them do their SWOT.
Yes. I do this before they do their business idea because it helps them brainstorm different things. That whole wall is a board. Just take the restaurant thing off and move it over. All right. So let's get started. I'm going to help you guys get started. And if y'all want to turn around in your chairs, you can, so that you can see the wall over here. All right, Crystal's going to write down all of the things that we know about a movie theater. Okay, so I know that it's indoors usually.
Dark.
Cold.
Yep. They have popcorn.
Floor is usually sticky.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Sticky floor. Yeah. Expensive. Do they have delivery?
Yeah, see bistros. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Some of them do. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes there's kids in there, and I don't want there to be kids in there. Okay, I think that's good for now. So let's start challenging some of these. Okay, well, let's think about cold. All right, let's think about cold. So some people think it's cold. What are some challenges? How could we change that? Okay, fireplace.
You need it for the germs.
You're saying add a fireplace?
Add a fireplace.
At the movie theater?
What if they had seat warmers? Yeah, maybe somebody could be selling like blankets out front where they sell the popcorn, or rent.
Fall.
Yeah.
In like November playoffs time, they started selling little hand warmers.
Maybe there could be hand warmers, or like even like a heating thing on the back of the seat in front of you so that you could press it and it'll like get your.
Ooh, I think my students might sell hand warmers at the high school football game.
That's a good idea.
Nobody's got that. Thank you for the fundraiser.
Yes, that's what they did.
Thank you.
They got them from the dollar store. I know where they came from.
You know, that's exactly what I was saying, Dollar Tree.
All right, y'all have any? So now we're creating a movie theater that can have a competitive advantage over another movie theater. So we have to teach our kids how to have a competitive advantage, and one way to do that is by challenging assumptions for normal things to make it better, to make it different than their competitors. So here's some movie theaters. Y'all talked about the Cinnabar. When I first did this presentation, they weren't anywhere except for in Virginia or somewhere. So this is like a movie tavern in Virginia. This is a rooftop theater in Melbourne, Australia. They sit down kind of like in a restaurant atmosphere, and as soon as the sun goes down, the movie comes on. So that's on the rooftop, right? And then the bed that Dawn was talking about. In Monterey, the movie screen, it's gone out of business, but the movie screen was on the ceiling, and you brought a sleeping bag and a pillow, and everybody laid down and watched the movie. That's thinking outside the box. In this activity, we take a movie theater and we list everything that we know about the theater, and then we take some of those things that we know and try to challenge those by brainstorming solutions or differences that can happen to make it a more creative solution. After we do it together as a class, the students then will break up into groups and do it with a bowling alley, and then present their new improved bowling alley to the class. Here's what you guys are going to do. I do not have my paper out. Let me find it. We're going to get you guys into groups again, and you're going to do the same thing for a bowling alley. Okay, here I'm going to give you your instruction sheets. I'm going to let you just read over them and see if you have any questions, okay? So y'all pick a place to sit down as a group, and y'all will be presenting this bowling alley to us.
Okay, so we came up with a bunch of assumptions, but the 4 top ones that we wanted to write down and come up with ideas for. The first were shoes. You know how you rent the shoes? The scoring system, a little confusing and not so much fun. The whole food experience, food's expensive, food's not very great. And then the fact that it's very dark. Insecurity and kind of feels a little creepy. So, for the dark thing, you walk in and there's party rooms, it's bright, there's windows with sunshine coming through. At night, the building doesn't feel like so dark and scary. The shoes, rather than just having to put that powder in or whatever they put in there, you actually wear these inserts, almost like slippers. So you put them in, you put your feet in there, and then your feet don't feel so disgusting.
And they're not those ugly ones.
And they're not ugly
They're
either.
like flower petals. They're bright.
You know,
walk with sunflowers.
Or like if you like any type of character, it can be
Are
that,
those for
Mickey
male?
Mouse shoes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. For food, healthier options. Chicken wrap sandwiches, salads, really good appetizers. So really go above and beyond. Make it almost like if you like beer, a brew pub type of experience. Different types of
Go a little
drinks.
champagne.
Yeah, champagne, mimosas.
Bring it on.
For scoring, why have a big X? When there's a strike, why not have a happy face emoji? Cool, like, oh wow, yay, look what you did, I'm so proud of you.
It's big
Yeah, we don't like the X's, that's not very good. It isn't friendly, this is a friendly place. And then for unique, rather than the kids not coming with you, you make it a whole family experience, and the kids have their own bowling lanes with the smaller balls, and they can go do their thing bowling, and the grown-ups can bowl. Or if they're not into the bowling, then you have like a little daycare or a kiddie center. Drop them off while you go bowl, and then you come back, and the kids are entertained. The other unique thing was to have like, what did we say, party, like a party pack. So rather than it being so expensive, you can buy a family pack, or if you're in a league, you can get some type of a special deal and that type of thing. Did I miss anything?
Yeah.
Oh, and then the last thing.
The big one.
All right, this is the big one, virtual reality. Why bowl normally? Why not put on virtual reality glasses, and you could be bowling with volcanoes or into volcanoes or birds.
Oh.
You could be doing
I would
anything with that
anything.
motion.
Anything.
What are you doing with that motion?
Okay, and then it
Change this. Why this?
She's so good at
Oh, and then the putt-putt ball. So rather than bowling, just bowling, you can also putt-putt ball.
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Mini golf and then bowling, so it's a whole experience.
And that's not an added cost.
No.
It's not a big cost to add a putt-putt.
Yep.
There's
So
no
you bowl a couple of
machinery.
strings, then you go do putt-putt.
Can we get like waterfalls and sprinklers too?
Love that. But it's a
Alright.
big cheer when you get that strike.
Good job, guys. Good job. Better quality equals higher price. Almost always, better quality equals higher price. So if you're going to offer a better quality item, then you better charge more, because there are people out there, and students in my area do not believe me when I say this. There are people out there that will buy things just because they cost more. You see people walking around with a Louis Vuitton bag, and you know that a brown bag with tan LVs on it is not pretty, but it costs $1,200, and therefore they're going to buy it because it costs $1,200. That's the only reason they buy it, because it's a status symbol. So if they're going out with their friends on a Friday night, would they rather pay $350 to go to the bowling alley where you leave with emphysema, or are they going to pay, $11.50 where you go to your bowling alley? So it's okay to charge more, and it's hard to get kids to understand that there is a target market out there that's willing to pay more for better quality, and it's a huge target market. They don't have any money, our students don't, so they don't understand how their parents think, but yeah, it's magic. Yeah, so it's important to have them understand that. So this is, if you've been teaching entrepreneurship, this might be a little different than what you normally do, but for the South Carolina State Standards, the goal is to teach students to start and operate a small business. Small business is the key here. We want to teach them how to run a small business, and it's probably not the dream business that they have, right? So if you have a student, for instance, that is going to cosmetology school and they want to own their own beauty salon, that's great. That's not going to happen in this class. Your goal in this class is to learn how to start and operate a business, and if your business for this class is to operate a beauty salon, it's not going to happen, so you won't learn it. Because you're too young right now to get a loan, to go buy a building, to have it outfitted with chairs, first of all, you also don't have the license, so you can't do it legally. We want every student to start and operate a real business while they're in our class, because doing that is going to teach them the process of running this business, and then when they get out, they can take all of that information and knowledge and experience they have and apply it to their dream business. So that's kind of the goal for the class. So you want kids, if they're interested in cosmetology, instead of opening a beauty salon, you're going to talk them through some ideas like maybe you can do hair and makeup for prom and go to girls' homes. That's legal. You don't have to have a license for it, and there's no overhead costs. That's something you can do because it has low startup fees. If you want to have an auto mechanic shop one day, and right now you can't have that because you don't have enough money for the lifts and all the tools and everything, maybe you can specialize in putting car stereos in for your friends, and you can do that when they bring it to your house and that kind of thing. So you just kind of pare down what they're good at into something they can start right now, today, tomorrow, this week, with less than $500. Okay, so for this business plan project, this is the Unit 2 business plan project that your students would be doing. Go ahead and cross through number 6. Slide 6 you will not be doing. So we don't have to do that one. On these instructions, mark through slide 6. Okay, so step 1 says open your business plan presentation. You're going to complete 3 slides for this assignment. The first slide is slide 3, business name. It's simply a placeholder to be displayed while you introduce yourself, the judges, and audience members. Type your chosen business name on this slide. It will be replaced eventually with your logo, so don't worry about that. It's just a placeholder for now.
That's slide 3, correct?
Yes, slide 3. The next slide you will do today is problem. What problem or unmet need does your business address? And then slide 5, business description.